Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the regular Township Board meeting, Wednesday, November 9th, 2016. Would you please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, we have kind of a tired clerk.
Yeah, very tired.
And
It had to be a long day.
It was
a
very
poop
long.
treasurer and a 6 supervisor. So we're going to try and wrap these things up as quickly as we can. Could you please give us a roll call attendance, Angie?
Okay. Ken?
Here.
Tom?
Here.
Julie?
Here.
Mary Agnes?
Here.
Angie? Here.
Okay, we have a consent agenda. Let's do the agenda approval first. It's only one page. Bet you were shocked about that. And we have, I don't think there's anything to add.
I have something to
Oh,
add.
did you? Okay.
Yeah, Ruth's mileage for field work.
Oh,
And the
okay.
total comes to $43.07.
All right.
I'd like to reimburse her. That makes the opens to be paid. We're changing that amount to $105,921.72. We're adding 43.
No, what'd you say,
Oh,
105,
105.
921, 72?
No, 105,921. Yes. yeah.
72.
Need to make it November 9th, too.
Didn't I make it November 9th?
Yeah, you did. The one I received today was November 9th.
Oh, I still got the 8th.
Yeah, the one in the packet it said November 8th.
Sorry about that. Okay, we have one addition to be added to the consent agenda. Number 3, under approval of the clerk's report. Under 3C, accounts approval of payables to number 1, which is the open to be paid. It reads, should read now $105,921.72, and that's for field service work that was performed by the assessor's gal there gives her a hand. It's for mileage, is it not?
Yes, it
Okay.
is. Mhm.
So, all in favor of adding that addition, or if there's anything else, any other discussion? Okay, that's
I make
it.
a motion to approve the agenda
With that addition?
with that addition.
Okay.
I'll second.
All right, we have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Hearing none, motion carried. All right, we also have the regular special minutes for September 28th, the regular meeting for October 12th. We have total of investments for September of 2016, including CDs and money markets. Expenditure report for revenue and expenditure report ending October 31st. Payroll checks for October 19th and November 2nd in the amount of $12,619.81. That's a gross combined total. And we have the payables, the new payable amount, $105,921.72, and then the already paid is $44,237.10. Under correspondence, the Marine City Fire Authority runs, the Ira Township Authority runs for October, and there should be a Huron's Consultant Engineering report that everyone got in the mail, or got in the email. I need someone to approve make a motion to approve these items unless they have some questions or discussion.
No problem.
Okay. We have a motion to approve. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the consent agenda. This would be a roll call, please.
Ken?
No.
Angie? Yes. Mary Agnes?
Yes.
Tom?
Yes.
Julie?
Yes.
Motion carried. Mr. Chartier, can I ask why?
Yeah, they're in the backup for some of the checks in there, and the numbers didn't add up, including the 4307.
Okay, did you find that just a few minutes ago, or did you?
No, I called and asked for the checks, the registers.
Did Angie give them to you?
No, I haven't. He did it yesterday.
No,
I
she
just-
didn't.
Oh, he called yesterday? Oh.
No, that was this morning. I got a reply from you.
This morning?
Yeah.
I wasn't
That's when the email came in.
office. I wasn't in the office today.
Okay. Then it was yesterday
I
then.
apologize.
What was the check number?
I don't know. What check numbers are you?
4307.
All of the check numbers from the, other than the payroll account.
Oh, all of them from the payroll. You mean
A
the accounts
copy of the
payable?
check register from all the payables.
The accounts, everything's included that we need.
That we
so,
normally have, yeah, so, okay. All right. We have open session. Anyone wishing to address the board regarding agenda items may do so at this time. Nothing? Okay, we'll continue. All right, we had a request for obtaining seal coating bids for the parking lot. I'm not sure we can continue this late in the year. However, Aztec's bid amount was $1,770. Ashcon's bid pavement maintenance bid of $2,000, so there's a difference. Parking lots, we're going to have painted by volunteers. We already have that, but even with adding the painting of the blocks, Ashcon was still more money, so. I don't know where that fly's coming from, and he's driving me crazy too.
I know you keep both throwing it at me.
Do you want to act on it, or you want to?
Weren't you concerned about the falling leaves?
Well,
at this
I
time of
was,
year?
yeah, but I don't know if it, we keep it warm enough till the 15th of November, but, you know, everybody on the 15th takes off for deer hunting, so you don't get any construction workers usually after that.
And your concern too was to get it done before winter?
And I was trying to get it done before winter, so those cracks wouldn't open up any further than they are, but it's your call. What would you like to do?
I think it's kind of late to be trying to do asphalt. I mean, we're getting down in the freezing temperatures at night now. It don't warm up enough to make a good seal.
Yeah, well, so we want to table that? Is that your motion there, Mr. Kaufman?
Yeah, I'd say table it till next year. The cracks, be real honest, I didn't look at all the cracks, just driving through it. They're not real bad. Yeah, the cracks should have been addressed, but I think we're going to be fine till next spring.
All right,
Make a motion to table it till spring.
okay, we have a motion to table. Do we have a second?
Oh, second.
All right, we have a motion and a second to table the asphalt bids till, the asphalt bids for seal coating the parking lot and parking and paint, then parking lines on there. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Hearing none, motion carried. New business, Parks and Rec Committee would like to hold a Cookies and Cocoa with Santa event at the Township Hall on Thursday, December 15th, from 5 to 6:30 if we could, with township approval. We usually have Santa come in and sit in this area, and the kids come in and have their pictures taken by their parents or whoever. And then we sing carols and we decorate that, light the tree that Mr. Pelt gave us many years ago.
Oh.
I don't know if anybody wants to give us an okay on that, or if you want to just skip it. It's up to you.
Why a Thursday night versus a Saturday?
Well, because we thought with the kids still being in school, it wouldn't be so
Okay.
much for them. You know, they would, if we get them out of there by 6:30.
Okay.
It's getting dark by 5 now, so.
I wouldn't be able to attend. I have an exam that night.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Okay,
But I think it's great, so I'll make a motion to approve that.
okay. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
All right, we have a motion and a second to approve Cookies and Cocoa with Santa. Those in favor signify by saying aye.
You're gonna have discussion?
Yeah, what would you like to
Is
discuss?
this gonna be something that's gonna be paid for out of Parks and Rec, or is that something under the general fund?
Well, it won't come out of the general fund, it's out of Parks and Rec.
That's what I just asked.
Well, that's what it always is. Nothing comes out of the general fund.
Okay. That's why I asked.
Okay.
So did we finish that motion up?
Um,
Everybody,
we didn't get a
okay.
call for the question because Ken wanted a question asked.
Is there
So,
gonna be a figure before we approve it or disapprove it? How much is it gonna be?
well, you're gonna have boxes of cookies that are, I think, $14. So if I got 5 of those and we get 2 boxes of cocoa,
So put a cap on it, like not
Yeah.
more than $75?
Yeah.
Or
under $100.
under $100?
Under 100.
Okay.
Okay, as long as we've got a money figure, all in favor, please call by.
Julie?
Yes.
Tom?
Yes.
Mary Agnes?
Yes.
Angie, yes. Ken?
Yes.
Okay, motion carried, thank you. I also submitted a request for the local millage distribution for the township's share of that money that we get from the St. Clair County Parks and Recreation. And this year it's $15,242.13. I included it in your packet. I sent it up to Mark Brochu already just to make sure that it was completed to his liking, and it was. He approved it. He said just get board action. So, with your permission, I'd like to submit that, so we get that money by the end of the year, if we can. Do I have a motion to approve that request for local millage distribution for Cottrellville's share?
A motion to approve that?
Okay, do we have a second?
I'll second it.
Okay, we have a second, a motion and a second. Because it's money coming in, would you do a roll call?
Just a second, let me write this down.
Yeah, write it all down first.
This is just something
Okay.
they volunteer to give Parks and Rec.
I'm sorry?
This is just something that the county volunteers to give Parks and Rec.
No, we donate in our taxes. It's all sent up to the county. The county divides it by, they take
Okay.
25% of the money that all comes in from the whole county, and then they divide it up amongst all the population that you have from like the 2010 census. And we get that percentage every year. And it goes up and down depending on the,
So this is just our share?
this is our share of money that we already sent up there.
Okay.
Some of it stays up there because there's a lot of big county projects that they, that we have,
And if it's not used, don't we send it back?
yeah, we have to send it back.
If we don't use it for Parks and Rec, it has to go back. So then they can spread it over the county.
Okay.
Any other questions?
During the fiscal year, I mean, when we get this, we got 12 months to spend it in Parks and Rec, is that?
Well, you get it because you have, when you send up your page out of the financial statement that the auditor does for us, we send that up with the paperwork to prove that we have that money, that we have contributed this much into this service. It has to show what they gave us last year and how much of it we used. We do it that way every year so that they can see what's going on, and then they check to see if we've,
And we got a certain amount of time we have to use it before the next.
Yeah.
That's what I was asking.
Yes.
Yeah.
Make sure we get it spent before they have to get it
well,
back.
it depends on how fast you get it. When we have to
Yeah.
have our stuff submitted to the state of Michigan by September 30th. So we can't ask for it. It comes out like the 1st of April. They send you the letter and tell you to, every township and county, it depends on when their fiscal year ends, that they can send for it. We can't send for it till after September 30th, so. Okay, we need a roll call vote on that, I think.
Mary Agnes?
Yes.
Angie, yes. Julie?
Yes.
Tom?
Yes.
Ken?
Yes.
Okay. Motion carried. Thank you. Under new business again, number 3, request by assessing technician Ruth Schutt, asking the township to pay for her renewal in the amount of $50. That's something that just came in the other day. I don't know if it's been done in the past, but I know there's money in the budget for the assistant there to help, so we need a motion to approve that if that's something that you want to do. I gave
I'll
you
make a
the-
motion to approve the $50 for Ruth
I'll
for her
second.
renewal.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to pay that $50. Roll call again, please. Angie?
Ken?
Yes.
Angie, yes. Julie?
Yes.
Mary Agnes?
Yes.
Tom?
Yes.
Motion carried. Thank you. Public comments. Do you have anybody want to say anything?
I have a question for you.
Yes, ma'am.
First, I'm going to direct this to Ken. All right, Ken, for the past 4 years, when Parks and Rec, people had to, if they were interested in Parks and Rec, they had to submit an intent letter to be on the committee. Past 4 years, had to go before the board with our letter that we wanted to be a committee member. the board voted on it. And you all came to an agreement and said, okay, we accept your position. I went over, since Mary Agnes has been in office, I have gone over all the minutes. Not one person you claim that is on the committee ever went in front of the board with a letter wanting to be on the committee. Now, if meetings are missed, if there are 3 meetings missed, now you tell me I'm wrong, Mr. Shurtier. 3 meetings are missed. After the 3rd meeting, there's no meeting, the committee is dissolved. So, me knowing all this since I was on the committee, and Tony, and Nikki, and Jerry, and Susan Biscorner, and Lori Russellberg, there's no committee because you did not have a meeting for 3 months after our committee resigned. You never brought it to the board for anyone to be on that committee. So, as far as the residents in this township, there's no committee. And you're just doing all this stuff just the way Mary Agnes wants, because that's Mary Agnes's baby. So, there is no committee. You never brought the people to the board to vote on them. You're spending money from Parks and Rec, and there's no committee. You're claiming there's a committee, but there's no committee because you didn't do your protocol that you were supposed to do and bring these people to the board. There's 5 people on this board, not one person. 5. There's 5 voices, and you never did what you were supposed to do. Tell me I'm wrong.
You may be seated now. Thank you.
I'm not wrong. Tell me I'm wrong.
Okay, I will respond to that.
Thank you.
I did talk to MTA about that, and Parks and Rec is never dissolved unless it's dissolved by the board. You can go without 3 meetings. You can go without 5 meetings. You can go without any meetings. The only people that can dissolve the Parks and Rec is the Board of Trustees, and that's because it was initiated by resolution by the Board of Trustees. So, therefore, you are wrong. Second,
Okay, so if I'm wrong,
Excuse
then
me,
I have
she's,
to bring these people?
Susan,
excuse me.
please,
I'm not
please be
done.
quiet. We gave her your spot, and I'll let her finish.
I'm not
Please.
done.
Thank you.
Second of all, I don't believe those people are on a board. They're volunteers. You can be on the Parks and Rec. I'm not sure what your situation is, but you can be on Parks and Rec and not be on the committee per se. So in the past board, yes, they did have them approved to be on the,
Introduced.
what is it?
Just to be introduced.
No, but that was the previous board too. I don't know why they did that, but they.
It's very similar to the planning commission. The supervisor has that right to pick and choose, because when I lost the election in 2012, I was told by the supervisor I was removed from the Parks and Rec because she wanted to put her friends in there.
Oh.
And so I stepped down. It's all done by the supervisor. It's at her whim. Now, what I did the first time was I did invite these people in, and I gave everybody a chance to meet them and talk to them and see what they had on them. But when it got down to who shot John, and we had things to get done for this trunk or
Right.
treat, and for the park that had to be cleaned up, and the bolts and things that had to be fixed, and the mulch that had to be put down, we took it upon ourselves, the ones that volunteered, and we worked on it.
Yeah, it is a committee of volunteers, and you'd have to check the bylaws as far as any approval, but I definitely know that it is not dissolved because you miss meetings. It is only dissolved by the Board of Trustees, because the Board of Trustees, by resolution, formed a Parks and Rec committee, advisory committee. And I talked to MTA, and they said, and the only way it could be dissolved is if the board decided to dissolve Parks and Rec. So that is wrong. But getting back to what I came up here to talk
Yes, ma'am.
about.
Thank you.
The Parks and Rec, or the Recreation 5-year plan for 2017 to 2021, a copy of the draft is in the Township lobby, not to be removed. There will be pictures added, I didn't have time to get some recent pictures, but I have somebody that has some recent pictures that I will add to that. Second of all, it should be on the website. I checked today, and we're going to have to bug them, but it should be on the website shortly. And anybody that wants me to forward the plan by email, I can do that also for them. I'll forward to all the board members. I just worked the election yesterday, Angie worked the election, and it was a long, long day, and we're all worn out. But anyway, so just for everybody to know, it is available to be looked at, critiqued. We'd appreciate any information that we need to add or subtract. There was certain criteria we had to meet because it will go to the DNR, and if the DNR approves it, then we are available to apply for grants by March 1st, I believe. April 1st, I'm sorry, April 1st.
Okay,
So-
Pat, this thing that you put together now, we have, what, 30 days to get it through
No,
everyone?
it's so that it's there for 30 days for people to look at. On
critique.
December 7th, we'll have a public hearing. I'm glad you asked that. We'll have a public hearing before the planning meeting. Our next planning meeting is December 7th on a Wednesday. And the public is welcome to come and make any comments. And then after that, and by our bylaws, all our public hearings are before a planning meeting. And then the planning meeting will follow, and we'll make a recommendation to the board to accept the recreation 5-year plan. And if you accept it, then it goes on to the DNR for their approval. So, any input from you?
Yeah, just a recommendation, if there are any grants that you're chasing by April 1st, I would start working on them by January.
Okay.
Because it takes time.
For you guys,
Yeah, that's,
we're just helping out because the advisory committee for the Parks and Rec is just in formation, and because of that, and because we did the master plan review and trying to save $8,000, that's why we offered to do it. So I'm real proud of our accomplishments with the Planning Commission. We've done that. We've done the master plan review. We've done the fire and emergency ordinance,
yeah.
billing ordinance, and we've done the accessory building amendment.
Yeah, you
So
guys have
I
done a
think
good
we've
job
accomplished
this
a lot
year.
and a lot of input from all our planners. So I'm really happy with them. They do their homework. I don't have to ask them. They come with information, and so I really think I've got a good board. So
Yeah, thank you.
I
Mrs.
have a
Kopech.
question about the compensation commission. If we're going to have a compensation commission, we do meet next month, so it's up to the board to let us know.
We're gonna have to swear
I don't
them
know,
in.
we have all the members, I know Alan and myself are on it, I thought maybe Barb was.
Barb is also.
And Vi might be, I'm
Yeah.
not sure.
And we got 5. Well, who's the 5th one?
I don't
Anybody
know.
remember?
Does anybody know that?
Oh, okay, very good.
Okay, so we'll have to meet next month then,
All right.
because it's, you know, there's a schedule, it's like.
When you do your first meeting?
The last time we started in December, finished in January.
Okay, all right. When you start your first meeting, will you have it here? And then we'll have the clerk swear yours all in, and you can begin your meeting that day.
so
But just let us know so we can arrange it on a day when Angie will be here. I know Tuesdays and Thursdays you're in school, aren't you?
Yeah, nice.
So if it's an evening meeting, you'll have to do it like
Oh,
on,
well, could we have the phone numbers or something, or so that we can get together and?
yep, I'll
You
get
have
all
my-
that together.
Yeah, she has my phone number.
You're talking about all
I
the
mean
members.
for the
yeah.
members,
Yeah.
so we could get together and
Oh,
see
okay.
when we
We'll
can
get
meet.
addresses and phone
Emails or
numbers.
something.
Okay,
Yeah.
got it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Don Chop.
Hi,
You're
Don Chop.
Acting DPW right now. Want to give you an update. The SAW grant, the sewer stations are cambered and cleaned, the lines, everything. United did a beautiful job. So now it's in his hands now. But it looks great. Couple things. Last night, I just want to make sure that we are not your DPW. I gave Mary Agnes the number for Jet Pump today to switch over the stations when they find a person to do it, which needs to be quick.
Done pretty quick.
Pretty quick. You need to get a hold of Tom Posey, or not Tom Posey, Mike Gitrich, to get that number. Don't let him call you, you gotta call him. Number 2, we had a couple issues in my interim here, this last month, I just want to make sure that as we're waiting for your DPW to come back in, or whoever you get, Duluth Construction and myself are going to get paid for the work that we do. Because we have a couple water taps to do. We have some meter issues to fix that have to be fixed.
Do you want work orders rather than?
I just,
or do
all
you
I
just
want the board to say that you're gonna pay the bills. That's
We've got
all
your
I
back.
need. Okay,
We've
that's
got
all
your
that
back.
matters. My last thing is, yesterday I came here to pick up some work orders and some meter reads. Why was the door locked?
What door?
The door during the election. I had to run home to get the keys.
I don't know what
to
you're
get
talking
in.
about. Yeah.
No, not during election, but after, I got here about 9 o'clock and the door was locked. I just wondered if that was a reason why that should have been locked.
Which door, the
What are you
outside
talking
door?
about?
The outside door, I couldn't get in the building. I had to go all the way home and get the keys to get the stuff, to do my stuff.
We
first
were
thing
here
in
at
the
9
morning.
o'clock last night.
Huh?
It wasn't last night, was it?
Yeah, it was election night. It was about 9 o'clock I came in, because somebody was in a parking lot and asked me,
Yeah, I locked the door last night.
oh, okay, well, I didn't know if it was supposed to be locked or not. Because usually it's not locked in an election.
Well,
But
but you got into the building though.
Yeah, because I went home and got my key.
Well, we were inside the building, you could have just rang the doorbell.
There was
Or
nobody there.
knock.
I did beat on the door, but whatever, I just went and
Okay.
got my keys.
Okay, well, we were here till midnight, so.
Oh, I believe that, trust me. I can imagine that. But anyways, that's all I wanted to know, give you the update on that and let you know that just a few things gotta be fixed next week and.
Okay.
So,
Thank
okay?
you, Don, for all
Thank
of your
you.
help.
Hey, no
Yeah,
problem.
thank you very much. Anybody else? Yes, Barbara.
Hello. Somebody posted online that we had submitted our audits. Did we ever have a public meeting on that?
You mean a
Did I miss
debriefing?
it? I'm sorry?
Are you talking about a debriefing?
If that's what you want to call it.
Where they come
presentation.
out and present
Presentation.
the financial
Yeah.
statement to us? No, and they just haven't gotten back with us, have they?
No,
Right.
they said that they weren't going to do, it wasn't in the contract to do a presentation, so.
Does the board do it? I thought we always did one.
Well, they usually
I
come
mean-
out and present
Yeah.
the thing and explain it to all the board members, but this firm, I guess, doesn't want to do it.
Really?
So,
And I don't know.
Has it ever been completed?
I'm sorry?
Has it ever been completed?
Yes. It
Is there a
was
copy of any of
submitted.
that?
I got mine off the internet from Lansing. You did too, didn't you, Bev?
It's online.
It's online.
Yeah, it's
Would you
online.
usually do the final with the board, isn't it open to public usually?
Yes. But
You didn't know about it?
Right.
We'll
Let's
have to
have
look into it.
yeah,
and-
let's see if we can get them to come
We've
out.
been
If they're gonna
pretty
charge
busy,
us for us,
so-
I really don't wanna
Yeah.
get another bill from them. They really went,
The last board either, you know, I mean.
well, they didn't get it done until like 2 days before the election that they got recalled. That's why they didn't have one last year. So there was no time.
And to address Don, do they have to leave, do you have to leave the door unlocked?
I don't know, this is the first I'm hearing of it, so.
I
Well,
believe the voters are done. I believe you do. I believe
You know,
it's-
after you get everybody in and they voted and they're out, then you're not supposed to have people hanging around while the girls are working on, or the guys are working on the paperwork. I know you had trouble one year with,
Yeah, you can.
who did we have trouble with?
I don't know if we want to mention
Michael's
it.
one. He came in, I think, one time and kept interrupting the girls and he was told to stay in the lobby.
They don't want to stay in the lobby.
Sit out there.
Yeah.
They can come in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same with like where I work. If they come in, they sit in the back and wait, but they can come in.
But do you have to lock, do you have to keep the door unlocked?
They didn't lock
Because they
it.
can-
Who tells you that? How do you find that out?
I believe you
It
have
was
to.
the end of the election.
I think once the.
Bureau of
everybody's
Elections?
voted, you can't keep people out if they want to come in. But we don't have to necessarily have the door unlocked for our own security.
From what I understand, they're entitled to that ticket if they want one. Like a news reporter could come in
Yep.
for that information.
Okay. We'll check on it for BR.
I'd like to say something.
Sure.
Okay. Yesterday was a very, very long day, and I just wanted to say thank you to all of my election inspectors who helped me. Alan Barnes, Marilyn Stefanik, Becky Viola, Pat Runyon, Norman Gold, Jim Santer, Avery Viola, Sherry Quinn, and Amelia McGree. Special thanks to Amelia McGree for being my chairperson. Special thanks to Alan Barnes and Marilyn Stefanik for coming in the day before and setting everything up. And a very special, kudos to Alan Barnes for being the happiest, most perky election inspector I've ever seen, so. Yeah, very good sauerkraut, yes.
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am. Please approach the podium, please.
Isn't it a conflict of interest since you're running for a position on the board?
Would you get up to the podium, please, so we can get it on camera? Thank you.
Angie, wouldn't that be a conflict of interest for you to have your family running an election while when you're running for a position?
Not at all. I submitted their names to the representatives a month before, and I held a meeting with the election commission, and everything was approved.
Okay.
Thank you, though, for your concern.
Anybody else got anything to talk about? No? Any board member comments? Well, I'd like to introduce our new township board member, Susan Discorner. And then old Tom Kaufman, he's still here. I didn't say Tom Raymond. Did you catch that?
And I came in and voted on my own 2 feet. I didn't have to.
Yes. Yes, you did. Yeah.
Susie, would you stand up just so that everyone can see you? I know you're kind of quiet, but. Thank you. I'd like to thank Mr. Chartier for his service, and also Julie for hers. She held the ball here for a few months, and she's done a very good job. We're going to miss her. Kenny, I'm not sure I'm going to miss you.
And it's probably a likewise feeling.
So,
Thank you,
just
Ben.
thanks for all your service. All right, I guess we have a motion, we need a motion for adjournment if we're all done
I'll make
here.
a motion to adjourn.
Very good. We have a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. 8:02.
Who did the second?